Hey, what's up there, Tammy? How you doing? Uh, yeah, having problems with the phone today. It's a bitch and a half. Both of them. Well, actually, the one told you the one's got a strike on that one channel, so I think they're messing with it. It's all right. Just kind of tired today. So what were you up to today? Yeah, I went down to Maryland. I was looking for work down there. Nothing down there really right now. Stop. Guess where I stopped in? I stopped in that one. That one place heading into Elkton, the Pilot, and the other one. So I stopped in there. They have some neat stuff, and there's like a shop in there, and they have a little restaurant in there too. I was going to actually film a movie, or not a movie, a video. I did. What's that? Did you? Yeah. What's that? Does that help you with? Do you have arthritis? Because today my arthritis has been bothering me. I think it's the weather. Yeah, yeah. Yep. I was going to do a video down there. I actually do a remake of one I did a while back. I guess it was about a year ago. It was, you ever hear Tim McGraw? The song's called Truck, Yeah. It's actually a pretty good song. The first time I did it, I had like all these just different semis pulling in and pulling out of the lots and shit. Looked pretty cool. Yeah, fibromyalgia. What is that exactly, Tammy? I've hear it all the time. Is it like a some kind of syndrome that has all kind of different symptoms or something? Yeah, yeah. It's actually not too bad up here today. It was about 50, 54, 55 degrees, maybe a little bit warmer. Um, Cats are over there chilling out. They're never just chilling. They're both sitting together, just chilling out over there. I don't want to make too much noise and come running over here. I put up a video today, and I tried to put up a second one on the other Pale Rider, and for some reason it didn't work. I think they messed with it, whatever. And I just tried to do a live stream. Okay. Damn. What causes that? Do they know? Or is that? I've had neuropathy, like tingling in my feet. B12 supposed to help. It does actually help with that. I started taking B12. It kind of left me alone. Genetic. Which one? Neuropathy is getting to be pretty common. I think that's something to do with what's falling out of the sky on us. You know what I'm saying? Chemtrails or something. Because I think it's something to do with a high aluminum count, probably. Messing with your nervous system. It's basically if that's a lot of aluminum up there, it's coming down somewhere on us and probably affecting your electrical system in your body, which is your nervous system. That's what I think. You know. So, you see Red Dawn or anybody have any live streams today? I didn't even hardly check out anything today. Just chilling out. Hey, by the way, did you get the notification for this channel? Oh, really? Damn, that sucks. Okay, cool. Yeah, I didn't know, man. I had a live stream earlier. I probably was on for less than 10 minutes. I just killed it. I got kind of ticked off about something. Here's what happened. And I guarantee you, well, now I ain't gonna say anything because they'll just do it again. I ain't saying shit. They know exactly why I'm pissed off. You set you set the what do you call it, the live stream, right? They've constantly changed shit on there. On man, it pisses me off. What's that? I didn't find a live. Yeah, it was literally only on there for maybe 8 minutes, 10 minutes. I killed the thing and then I deleted it. Pissed me off. Here's what's that say? It was probably about what time was that? An hour and a half ago. Might have been on maybe 10 minutes. I don't even think I was on there that long. I tend to believe that YouTube literally sends out trolls or bots or something because people coming on the damn live streams lately, something doesn't feel right. The way they're coming on there and just the shit they're saying. And I don't know, really weird. Yeah, what did she have for dinner? What'd you make for her? Uh-oh, here comes my cats. Come here, buddy. Come on. Look who came over to see me. As soon as I come on the damn, if I'm talking on the phone or doing a live stream, she's got to be around me. What's up, buddy? Huh? How you doing? Yeah, yeah. She likes when I'm on the phone. No, I don't care if I'm just talking on the phone. She'll come over here and she's purring away, just sitting next to me. Whoever had her as a kitten, see, I got her 2 years ago. Rescued her from SPCA. She was in there, and evidently she was. They say she's probably close to 10 years old. She looks like a kitten. Um, anyway, she must have been always sitting on somebody's lap as a kitten growing up when they're on the phone because she's doing it all the time. Anytime I get on the phone, she comes running over and's got to be over here. What's this? Assalamu alaikum. Greetings from Indonesia. How you doing? What's the weather like over there? What's your name? Indra? I guess it's probably. Is it warm right now? I know Australia area is supposed to be winter time over in Australia is what they were trying to tell me. I was like, damn, I didn't realize we had different seasons at different spots of the world. Chicken noodle soup. That sounds good. Joseph Jones, how you doing? There you go. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, appreciate that. Stop back whenever you want, dude. What's it say? Yeah, check this cat out. It's a cute little cat. Cracks me up. But again, it's kind of a pain in the ass. Like right now, sometimes she just be climbing on me. Yeah, look at this. Look at this. She just like rolled over on me. What are you doing, buddy? Hmm? She was sneezing and stuff. Look at this. Look at her. She just rolls right into me. What are you doing, buddy, huh? She's purring away. What are you doing, bud? Hmm? Good cat. Um, yeah, she was sneezing her head off. Oh, look at this. There we go. You glad I'm talking on the phone there? Cracks me up. So anyway, on the way up from Elkton, something must have happened down there. It was like about 10 cop cars right near the state line. They pulled some truck over or something up the street. Hey, how you doing? Who's that? Luke Oakley. How you doing? Germany. Thanks for stopping by, Luke. Are you American in Germany? I'm trying to figure out. Is where in Germany are you? Are you visiting or are you a citizen of Germany? Well, thanks for stopping by anyway, there, Luke. I don't know if you're still there, if you hear me. Oh, Berlin. That's cool. Born and raised in Germany, huh? That's cool. I have on my mom's side, their last name was Reichner, and they changed it to Richner when they moved over here way back in the day, way back, right after World War One or something. Her father changed his name to Reichner, or no, sorry, Richner, and trying to Americanize it. Look at this. What are you doing, kitty cat? Huh? How do you say cat in German? Uh, I know how to say it in Spanish. Gato. What's it say? Lots of Americans have German heritage. Find it. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. I mean, basically, America had English and German came over back in during our Revolutionary War. The fact is, it was Germans fighting alongside of people from England during the Revolutionary War. And it was Hessians and there was Germans and Prussians and Katze. Okay, that makes sense. The Katze or Katze? I don't know. There you go. I think you told me that one time, uh, Tammy. You know who I haven't heard from in a while, Tammy? Have you seen Amir around? Okay, Katze. I was wondering about Amir because stuff got pretty crazy over there where he's at. But he said that was like north of him. Like they were bombing the hell out of that area. Yeah. Who's that? Amir or your parents? Yeah, I don't know. Hope he's all right. Oh man. Anyway, Luke, I collect Civil War era photography. Hold it. Sorry, dropped the damn phone. Now, wait a minute. What the hell happened there? No, can't seem to get it back to normal. There it goes. Sorry about that. Yeah, anyway, there was a photographer from the 1800s. I collected all these old photos from back in the day. And this photographer was actually, he painted people, portraits first. About 1840s, they switched over. The photography came along. They had a daguerreotype. It was on a silver plate. And then it went to ambrotype and tintype and then paper photographs later. But anyway, this guy's name, he was German, and his name was Gutenkunst, which someone told me meant good artist. And the weird thing was, is his father was actually an artist too. Over in Germany, he actually did royalty, painted I guess the German royalty. Yeah, he was somebody famous. Anyway, I don't know why I started talking about it. Just thought about that. He had a studio in Philadelphia, and I had a whole bunch of his old photography. I had one that was worth a lot of money. Unfortunately, I didn't realize what it was worth at the time. I sold it. It was from like McKinley. It was at the turn of the century. President McKinley photograph. I think it was McKinley, and he was at Philadelphia Congress for some reason, giving a speech there or something. And like an idiot, I sold it dirt cheap. I should have got a lot more money out. I had the original. Yeah, I don't know what happened with the mirror. Yeah, hold on 1 minute. I'll show you some. Most of what I got now. Hang on, let me see if I can find some. Found some stuff here. Put the light on here. Hopefully it's not too bright. There you go. Gutenkunst. Here it is right here. Frederick Gutenkunst. Two photos I have here. These aren't the one. I should have held on to that one, but you see the logo back on the back. I don't know if you can read that. And it's period ink. Somebody wrote the name of the person on there. Just a cabinet card here. Same with this. He was on Arch Street at one. Yeah, still on Arch Street. Had the address so I could tell what year because he moved around a few times, and I can pretty much date what year those pictures were from. Hang on, what's this say? Gutenkunst. Someone told me that meant good artist or translated. Wait a minute, hang on. Are you there? I think I just. Heck. Okay, there you go. Couldn't see the chat. And I got these. Let's see. Wait a minute. Hope I can open it. There we go. Some old cased images. This one right here is an ambrotype, I believe. Let me see. Yeah, this is an ambrotype. It's on glass with a black background. I don't know if you can see that. It's from about 1855, 1858, somewhere in there. And it had, well, actually, this was a little bit later than that. It has a patriotic theme on it, embossed on the leather. This leather. I had a whole bunch of these. Man, I was collecting them for years. Art, yes. Someone told me that. Gutenkunst. Does Guten mean good? Good art? And I just thought, I don't wonder if they changed their name because he was a painter, or was it a coincidence, or that's how, like, over here, if you go back and look at, like, people with the last name Miller, they usually worked at a mill, and that's how they got their last name, Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. Let me see what else I got in here. Here's what's called a tintype. I don't know who did this, but could be a hunter on horseback during wintertime. If you can look close at it, he's got a rifle across his saddle, and there's like a smoke rack in the back for putting animals on, that he's killed, I guess. Hang on 1 minute. Yeah, Mueller. Yep. My favorite, as in painter, I always liked Monet from France. A photographer, Gutenkunst, and Matthew Brady, who did a lot of Lincoln stuff, and Alexander Gardner, and a whole bunch of others. I got big into doing all the research on this stuff, and it was actually pretty damn cool. You'd be amazed at what you can learn by just cracking open a couple books and finding out on your own. I would take stuff out of the library, and then go around and ask old timers that were collecting this stuff. And let me tell you something. There was one guy, he was about 70 years old, he died. I used to help him and his wife out, shovel snow and stuff for him. He ended up giving me some of his collection. I used to buy stuff off of him. He had one hell of a collection of old photography from middle 1800s all the way up to World War One. What's to say? Yeah, right? Teddy. Helen Keller and Stevie Wonder walking to a bar. I think I heard that joke. They never saw it coming though, right? The punchline. Oh, yeah, he said that. Yeah. It's interesting. And I just got really into it for some reason. I was probably collecting for a good 20 years. And it's incredible what I had. And what I had, I actually came across a picture. Again, unfortunately, I sold it. Didn't realize what I had. Could have been worth $1 million, and I'm not bullshitting. It could have been worth a hell of a lot of money. I found out later. Well, one thing is, I've heard when I bought this, it was a locket. It's called a sweetheart locket from the 1850s. And it opens up, and there's two pictures inside that were daguerreotypes on a silver plate. And I bought this down near Elkton, actually in Elkton, Maryland. There was a Singerly Fire Hall had this antique show, and the guy down there was out of Baltimore County. He sold me this, and he said, "This has some kind of historical value. I don't know. I couldn't ever find out what." And he opened it up, and I'm looking at it. I said, "Man, the lady looked to myself and saying, the lady in the picture looked really familiar. It looked like Mary Custis Lee, which is General Lee from Confederacy's wife. And the other picture was like a man with dark hair. And at that time, I didn't see any pictures of Lee with dark hair. After I sold the damn thing, I found almost the exact. It had to be the same guy. It was in a book, and it was General Lee, and I frickin' sold it. And I didn't know what I had. I should have stuck with my instinct to hold on to the damn thing. It could have been worth a fortune. But I know a lot of collectors that have these stories where they sold something they regret later. But I also found stuff and cashed in on a few things back in the day. I don't have a whole lot left. Yeah, yeah. Well, that was early on when I was collecting. I started to get to know a lot more, and then I was like, oh man, I, it was almost kind of bummed me out to start to learn because I knew what I lost. But I still made money off of it. I mean, I paid for that one locket. I paid $50. I probably got 120 off of it. It was on a silver plate, and it could, like I said, it could have been worth $1 million, and I'm not exaggerating. And the weird thing was, I found out later. I was looking through a magazine called Civil War Times, and this one issue was from like the 1960s, and I'm rolling through it, and it talks about the Lee family, General Lee's family, had a locket that was missing. And it was in that issue. It was probably that one. The guy told me, he said, this locket has some kind of historical value. It was out of Baltimore County where he got it. He was like a collector, antique guy. Bought it off of a, what do you call it? Can't think of the name. Shit. When someone dies, they have like a sale of their stuff. I can't think of the word. But hang on one second. Let me see who hopped on here. But anyway, what's it say? Zodiac Killer. Yeah, okay, cool. That's a good idea. Bubble wrap? Yeah, you hear him coming, right? Or did you ever put them little poppets, them little things you throw on the ground? You start popping, you get your guns out, get ready. Anyway, yeah, it was crazy. The odds of finding that were pretty slim, but I've had a couple of really cool finds. One time I found an autograph album from back in the day, 1860s. It was at Newark, Delaware, antique shop, and I bought it for $99. Or actually, that's not the autograph. That was the photo album from 1860s, and it had a local family. And in there was also a Confederate general, a photo of Isaac Ridgway Trimble, who was an engineer for Baltimore, Ohio Railroad before and after the war. He lost his leg up in Gettysburg, fighting in Gettysburg, and went to Johnson Island Prison, got out, came back into this area, and he befriended a family that ran the railroad in here. You know what? Their last name was the same last name as my last name. And the only reason I know their name was written on the back of the photos that were in the photo album. And I went down to the Historical Society and got all kinds of other pictures that they had, took photos and did research. Somewhere along the line, they might have been related to my father, back in way back. Their last name was Bush, I'll tell you that. But anyway, the weird thing is I was doing some research. One part of the family went up in the coal mining area in Frackville, and my father's, one of his, I guess his grandfather or something was from Frackville. So somehow there's a tie-in, but I could never figure out what. And the odds of finding that were pretty crazy. Let me see if I have anything here. Here's another. This is an ambrotype. It's a broke piece. Usually there'd be another piece on that. As you can see, it's got like embossed on leather. two old ladies. Probably, I think they're out of Ohio or somewhere. They're Quakers or something. And then we had had a whole bunch of photos. These are called carte de visite, which means card of visitation or something. It's actually a French word. Carte, C-A-R-T-E, I believe. De visite, which visit, whatever. And like this here is a Civil War era one photo. And the deal is, I can tell you what year this is by the thickness of the cardboard. It kept getting thicker as it went on, and the gold stripe around the outside border. I don't know if you guys can see that. And sometimes in the print, I would say this is 1862. The print was real small there. As it went on, it got more elaborate. They put Masonic designs in there because a lot of them were Masons. And one of the things with collecting the photos is a lot of people are into the things that they're holding were props that the photographer would have. That's a photo album, a leather photo album like the one I had. And people would collect them for different things like canes, and they would have a whole slew of them. Let me see if I find something. Here's another guy with another photo album on the table. So people collected them for all kinds of different crazy things. And here's a child or something. Let's see again, this is probably 1862. The printing was real small. Let me find one that's a little later on. And then they started putting designs on it. Then they started putting them in color. The rounded corners is indicative of about 1870s. See how the corners were rounded, and then they got thicker cardboard, all kinds of different ways to tell. And then they put stamps on the back of them. There were revenue stamps. Hang on one second, try to find one. I don't know if I have any in here. And the revenue stamp was, oh, here we go, I got one. See this guy here? That's probably Civil War era. And the stamp tells you it's definitely Civil War era. Stamps went from 1864 to 66 of August. It went 1 year beyond the Civil War, helped pay for the war effort. And let me put these down for a second. Sitting here running off at the mouth. I didn't read any of your comments. Do you hate people? Wait, why do you ask that, Billy? Billy Kidman. Billy the Kidman or Billy? Yeah, World War II. Yeah, I got some of them too. Yeah, I'm big into old photography. It's like looking back in history, basically, you know. And when you actually hold one of these, wait, let me put this down. I'm going to drop this all over the place. When you're holding something like this is from like 1850, 1854 or something. That's a piece of history. Somebody held that a long time. And one of them ladies probably put that on their mantelpiece after they got that taken at the gallery. One time I had one with an old lady on the front of it, and her name was written in there. Sarah Fairfax, I think, or not Fairfax, Fairbanks, right? It was pinned on a piece of paper. There's a felt liner on the inside of the case. The case is more like this, right? And it had, here's a felt liner, like that. Had a piece of paper with a sewing little needle through it with the name of the person. Well, I opened it up. I looked behind the photo, right? Her ashes fell out. Someone put her ashes in there. Went all over the table when I opened it up. It wasn't a lot of it, but I knew exactly what it was. I've heard people putting lockets of hair, you know, something to remember, you know, their loved ones by. It's crazy. Yeah, it was nuts, dude. I opened it up, and white stuff come out. I'm like, I guarantee you that was her ashes. Now they're all over the table. Oh, man. The only thing worse than that, I might as well tell you this story. Just recently, I had a bad car accident, right? And I didn't realize, you know, the car was junked. And in the trunk, there was junk in the trunk. I had a box in there. It was my uncle's ashes, and they ended up in the frickin' junkyard. And they're gone. So I forgot they were in the car. I was taking them over to what's this? Yeah, it sucked. It was in the car. So somewhere out there, my uncle's. No disrespect, but it kind of screwed up. But it was weird, and what can you say? Shit happens. I mean, so anyway, yeah, the lady's ashes were probably in that. I don't know what else it could have been. So all this white powder fell right out. It wasn't, I wasn't snorted up or something. Back in the day, they had the real. What I understand. No, it was definitely ashes. What's this? Let me see what else I got here. Here's another one. This is called thermoplastic, or gutta percha is another name they gave these. This is a union case. As you can see, it's just the case. They put a photo in there. And this one's cool. It's got the label. I'll take the liner out there. You can read that. I guess it's a daguerreotype. They made the cases. The cases themselves are worth some money. If you see the artwork they used to put on them things. What's this one? Guy on horse, women. Actually, it looks like it's a little kid chasing around the butterfly with a net. And the artwork on that thing is incredible. That's 1850s. They made that, and they called it. It's like a thermoplastic. It's made out of and gutta percha is another one. They used to make the handles of canes out of it for walking, and it's incredible some of the shit that when you're looking at this stuff, it's hundreds of years, 150 years old at least, and it just amazed me to hold that shit in my hand. Let me see what else I got in here. This one, I was told that this is, I think, a bishop out of Baltimore, 1800s. It's a daguerreo. Unfortunately, this one, the picture is kind of, you can't hardly make it out. You might be able to see it a little bit. There's a process to clean daguereos, but it's kind of risky, and some people say not to do it. I have done it, and it came out good. But the reason they don't tell you not to, it's on a silver plate. I don't know if you guys can see. You got to kind of turn it certain ways in the light because you just see like a mirror reflection on it. Anyway, this may be an Archbishop Spalding out of Baltimore. I haven't completely identified it yet. Anyway, why you got to watch cleaning these? You can wipe it's a chemical process that is on that, it's etched onto that on the silver plate, and it basically, you can wipe it right out and be gone in a second. Or there's a certain way to do it. You can clean it. I've gotten away with that, and it's never had a problem. But again, if you do it a little wrong, you could lose the whole picture. What's this say? Hang on. Yes. Yep. Yeah, I mean, if these were worth a lot more than what I think they're worth right now, I'd probably be handling them with gloves and stuff. I mean, these are more common ones you can get out of an antique shop. Still probably should take better care when I'm handling them, but they are in glass and whatnot. I do repair the cases sometimes. I take like period leather and paper and repair these. You know what? Hang on 1 minute. Oh shit! I got 5% of battery left. Hang on. Let me plug this thing in. I hope I got a plug here. Shit. Okay, I think, yep, we're good. I just have to hold the phone. It should charge. What's up with this? Wrong plug. Damn. Hang on 1 minute. Let me go get a plug for my phone there. Okay. Another phone there. Yeah, it was a bummer when I found out about my uncle being stuck in the junkyard. But yeah, here's the deal. He died 20 years ago, and the ashes, my brother had them, and he gave them to me. And they've been sitting. I didn't know what the hell to do with it. I was going to bring them up to where my mom's buried. It's her brother, and put him there. But he's elsewhere. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, ashes to ashes, dust to dust. He's in the wind. He's dust in the wind. But I mean, I'm not trying to be disrespectful. He would probably laugh at it if you knew my uncle. He had the same kind of sense of humor I got. How do I spell Gutta? Gutta Percha? Gutta. Gutta Gutta Percha. I'm not sure about the second half of the word. Let me look it up. 1 second. One second, I'll be able to tell you. How do you spell Gutta Percha? How do you spell Gutta Percha? Nah, not Gouda Burger. That's. Oh, here you go. Wait a minute. How do you spell Gutta Percha? Wait a minute. How do you spell Gutta Percha? Can't get it to work. How do you spell Gutta Percha? Nah, it's not coming up right. Nah, oh, here it is. Gutta Percha. It's Guttapercha. I don't know if you can see that on there. Wait a minute. You try to bring it up. Wait a minute. It was around up to 1940s, but it was earlier too. Here you go. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, it's probably just not going to come up too. So anyway, let me see something here. Put this, like this guy here, this picture here. This is on a glass plate, I believe. Hang on 1 second. I'll take it out of here. Let's see. Actually, I think I'm incorrect on put behind it. It'll look like a positive. It's a negative on glass. And it was how they did it was something called gun cotton and colloidal. I forget what the hell they tinting. Like, did you ever see you know what amber is? It's like sap from a tree or whatever. Way back in the day, sometimes mosquitoes and stuff got stuck in it, and it could be from 1,000 years ago. Which is ironic that they would call this an ambrotype, because they actually used tree sap to seal these into the two pieces of glass. Usually the early ones were called cutting patent. That's the other guy's name. Um, and what they did, they sealed the two glass plates so the image wouldn't get damaged. It would be in between the two plates with the black backing on the back side, which was usually a black varnish that if you chipped it away, it would go back to looking like a negative. People have chipped them away and recoated them because they look better like that. Now, personally, you're messing with, if you're going to do that, then use something from that period. Try to keep it in the same period. It's like I repair these cases. I try to find material that's at least looks or close to it. I don't have any that I fixed recently. Hang on 1 minute. Let me see something. Okay, it was messages. Hey, Doctor Who, what, where, how you doing? Sorry, the thing froze up on me there. I didn't. Wow, I missed a lot of stuff in here. Yeah, yeah, it is. What else we got? Yeah, yeah, it's incredible. The detail is unbelievable. I was telling you about my grandfather, not the guy who's the ashes in the box. That's my uncle. His father used to be a marble setter back at the turn of the century. He came from Germany. It was incredible. He worked on some of the buildings. I'm trying to think of. There's some famous buildings down in Philadelphia. He did some of the marble work on it, and we actually had marble lamps that he made for my mother and her sister, my Aunt Lil, and one for their Aunt Marion. And anyway, it's incredible the detail. And I tell you what, you know something. We're talking about German craftsmanship. Let me tell you something. They're incredible with like BMWs. Everything's done precisely. That and the other thing is it's made to last. They've always been good artists, you know. What's this? Oh, there you go. Sealed. Yeah, right on. So you know what I'm talking about. It's really a neat thing because you're holding something from like 150 years ago, and you think about how many people had held on to it, and maybe somebody famous is in the picture or whatever from that time period. It's amazing as shit to me. It's like looking back on time. Yeah, this is like you're looking through a window at these people in another whole nother century back. You know, I find that incredible. Yeah, thank you, Tammy. Exactly. Germans are precise. They've always been very good craftsmen, and it's funny because I started off talking about a German photographer who literally started out painting portraits about 1840s, and he went into what they call the new art, which was photography. He was doing daguerreotypes and tintypes and ambrotypes and then paper images. And by the way, I had stuff from the very beginning of his career. The only thing I didn't have was a painting. If I could have got a hold of a painting, it would be worth a lot of money. But I had stuff from tintype to ambrotype, different things, different time periods of this guy. I collected his stuff. He was out of Philadelphia. So, being that I'm not far from Philadelphia, a lot of antique shops in the area come across a lot of this stuff because, people, family, back in the day bought it and it went through the family, ends up in the area. So one neat thing is to find out local artists in your area from back in the day, photographers or whatever, and you start hunting around, you can find their stuff in the area in different antique shops randomly sometimes because there's stuff still around, which means you can track something down. It might be worth some money if you know this person did a lot of good photography back in the day. Austrian paint, yeah, yeah. Well, you know what? He might have been. He might have actually been Austrian. His father, this Gutenkunst guy, which again I just was asking guy on here. He's from Germany. Luke, his name. I don't know if he's still on there. Um, Gutenkunst, I was told, means. Anybody still there? My phone went down. Sorry about that. Hopefully somebody's still hanging around. Wait a minute. Let me see something. Anybody still there? Damn. Hopefully you guys are still on live stream there. My battery went down. I couldn't. Good deal. Good deal. Yeah, that sucked. I was down to 1%. I plugged it in, right? I got a power strip, and the damn power strip button was turned off. So I used up what was on there. Now, I'm glad you hung around there, Luke. Thank you. What I was talking about, the battery just went dead right in the middle of telling you something here. And I don't know where everybody else went. Guess they all rolled out. Anyway, yeah, basically I was talking about the German artwork and stuff. It's incredible. And just everything they did, precise, mathematically, everything is unbelievable. And like I said, my grandfather was German. The Reichner was their original name. They changed it, Americanized it to Richner. But anyway, it's incredible when you look at the detail, like you were saying, on a lot of these things. For instance, on this, I don't see that little strip that goes around. It looks like a little. It's called a preserver. You can tell the date by the stuff on here. The preserver, this one right here, and the I can't do it. The frame, the cutout frame in there, the gold inside there. That's another way to tell the time period. Like this one is probably about the frame and the preserver thing, the matting and the preserver. That's what they're called, matting. That's probably early 1850s. It maybe goes back just to the 1849, but I think it's more like 1850s. And the preserver itself may be a little bit older. That one's a thick one. Some of them, they start to get like foil. Like, here's another one right here. The matting got to be thin as foil later on. Anyway, I'm glad you hung around there. I lost everybody else, it looks like. Wonder, the live stream went on for about an hour there, and it's a shame it cut off because I had a lot more to say on the photos. I'll show you another thing right here, real quick. Here's some that are in plastic. I put them in there for protection. But again, this is a revenue stamp on the back of that. That would make it about 1866 or 65. And you might be able to see the period ink on that. They would put their autograph or initial on it. The photographer did to cancel the stamp. In other words, it was paid for to put that on there. And that would also have, a lot of times you put the date in there. Anyway, I'm gonna kill this live stream. Looks like, is there somebody? Oh, there's still somebody on there. Is that you, Luke? You still in the live? Oh, okay. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll keep going then. If you, I just wondered where everybody else. I guess they figured that was it, and I was gone. Did it cut off when, or did it just freeze up? Yeah, it's you up there. Yep, yep. So anyway, basically, the whole thing with collecting this stuff, it was incredibly neat because there was so much to learn. At first, I was just like learning a little bit of stuff, and then I got into it on a whole nother level when I could actually tell the freaking year. I used to have bets. I used to sell this stuff occasionally down at the farmers market in Newcastle County farmers market, and the neat thing was I could literally I would bet people. I could tell what time of year, what day it was that they had it. Exactly. And how you would do it with something like this, I could tell, number one, by the stamp, it had to be between 64 and 66 for the war effort. That, it actually went 1 year beyond that. And sometimes that one just had an X written on it. Sometimes they'd put their initials on there, the photographer did, or the date, who write it in there, February, whatever, such and such. So you could get down to the frickin' day that the picture was taken sometimes. And also with the printing on the back, different clues in there. And it was like forensic work after a while. I started to be able to tell. And I literally won bets. People thought I was full of shit. Like, this was taken, I could tell you what day it was taken, 150 years ago, and tell you what day. And they're like, no way. And in some cases, I could. Number one, I could tell by the thickness of the card, the stamp on the back, and the printing sometimes. I could get close with that. And then they wouldn't notice. I wouldn't say anything about, sometimes a date would be on the stamp. Like it would say 65 or 66. And it would be the guy's initial. And sometimes I could give them the name of the photographer, and it would blow their mind. Because they didn't know how I was doing it. And then I'd show them, and it'd totally fry them. Yeah, I mean, I got that into it. That it was like detective work. It was pretty cool, and it kind of was a cool hobby. It still is, but I just don't have the cash flow or the time anymore to really get into it. But maybe during the spring I'll pick it back up and start collecting more again. So, yep. It's again, it's actually, these are just photos or pictures to some people, but it's actually art too. I mean, they used to pose to people, stand this way, do that, and it would be, if a lot of times it was Masonic symbolism in the way they were holding their hands, or something in the way, whatever they had. They would work things into the photos. There might be it's hard to say, like a prop in there that, or on the back, the design as it went on later on, they had like compasses for masons that had all that stuff. And it's just incredible how much stuff got in there, and how you could literally tell the time period and everything with it. So, and like I said, I literally won bets on that. They couldn't believe it. And it helped me sell them too. I would sell photos down there, and people would be around my table. It would look like I was giving a show, and I was just trying to sell the thing. And I would go through the whole spiel, and they'd be blown away by it, because they couldn't believe it. And then you start proving it to them, like, whoa. Then they started buying them because they were like fascinated. They realized that there was so much more than a piece of cardboard with some old guy's photo. There's history there, and once you start learning about it, it's incredible. I thought it was anyway. So whoever else stopped on there, thank you for stopping by. We're doing a live stream, and it went dead for a while. Managed to get the battery charged up and jump back on here. Had one person still left. I don't know where everybody else went. Let me see something here. Hang on 1 second. Exactly. Yeah, paintings. You're right. There were, and you know what's funny? Like you're saying, the nobles and the rich people had all that. The paintings, and the peasants, they didn't have that. They didn't have that. But as time went on, it got for the common man too. It went to tintypes and paper photos. That's when it got affordable. And Queen Victoria over in England started a craze with the photo albums. I told you about the leather photo albums. She would collect other royals' photos that were on paper. They would mass produce them, and it became a collectible. And it came over here to America, and that's why you can still find a lot of photos of the Queen of France or the Queen of England or all kinds of different things, circus performers and all these different famous people at the time were getting their photos done. And that's another thing that makes it really collectible. Like there's all kind of famous people and different stuff, and they're worth if somebody's in the photo that you can identify or is identified, it could be worth a lot of money, it could be worth some money, or if it's just a regular photo, this is probably worth $1 or two at a flea market, whatever. Unless somebody there was something in there that they wanted in the photo, because there's people that collect, people with canes or people holding books, and it's incredible how deep that goes. And then some people are like, man, what do you see in that? I see history. That's what I see. I see people who are forgotten, and this is all you got left of them in the world. So just out of respect for them, I collect them. Meanwhile, I left my frickin' uncle in the trunk of my car. And anybody who just hopped on doesn't know what that reference was. I had my uncle's ashes in my car when I got in a car accident, and he's gone. And I gotta laugh. It's kind of ignorant in a way, but it's if I don't laugh, I'd be kind of upset about it. But anyway, what's this say on here? Old paintings painted. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's a shame we lost everybody else on the thing. Yep. Yeah, the Big Lebowski, exactly. Yep. Some someone said I looked like John Goodman one time in one of my videos. So I actually went. If you look through my in my shorts, somewhere in there, I do a video. I was pretending to be John Goodman in that movie. I did one of his lines or something. I forget what he said. Something about I don't know. You have to go back and find it. It's in there. But it was kind of funny. It just took because YouTube has a catalog of stuff that you can use, or library, I guess it is. And I put the soundtrack in there, the voiceover thing, and it was funny. You had to see it. If you know the movie, it was pretty good. Anyway, I think what I'm going to do is call it a day on this. Wait a minute, what's that? World of Pain. Yeah. Yeah. How about do you remember Donnie from The Big Lebowski? He was Steve Buscemi. Shut up, Donnie. That's what John Goodman kept saying to him the whole movie. It seemed like. Anyway, I think I'm going to hop off of here. Thank you for listening to me ramble on about old shit like these pictures. But actually, I think they're kind of neat. And you have a great day. Thank you for stopping by. See, you already probably hit me with a thumbs up. How about subscribing to this channel? That'd be awesome. And again, I'll be back on here. Yeah, just definitely subscribe. I also got another channel. That's the channel you got to get onto. It's got a strike right now. That one's Legends and Tales of Josie Wales. If you could join that one, that'd be cool. Josie Wales, spelled Josey. Wales is spelled Wales. And I don't know if you know the movie Josie Wales. It was Outlaw Josie Wales. It was a Clint Eastwood movie. And I believe this channel's Pale Rider, another Clint Eastwood movie. I was a big Clint Eastwood fan, from the Western movies. All right, so you have a good one there, Luke. Nice to meet you. And stop on back sometime.